Hey everyone. Um, hello there. This is my dog. Her name is Moana. She's very cute and sweet. And she's adorable, isn't she? Yeah, she's very cute. But I'm here to to say something very important. So recently, the YouTuber, what you got there? Your old duck toy? The YouTuber Theft King making has made a video in which he basically complains about the FNAF community getting a very horrible person fired. And he's made it seem like the FNAF community is vindictive and evil and whatever. When really, you all don't know the full story, at least the people who haven't seen the situation on Twitter and gotten the full context. So basically, I think her name was Lady Fizzy, has had a past of writing fetishized fan fictions of child murder and depicting William Afton as a pedo, and has written some extremely disgusting, deplorable stuff, and hasn't even really apologized for it, only apologized for only getting mad for getting caught. Really. And has denied the situation, and has said some horrible things to people, like horrible, atrocious. Like, you'd have to go on Twitter and see the full thread by, I think, Treble, I think their name is. Treble on Twitter made a whole thread, and I think another person, I forget their name, they started a hashtag called Fire Lady Fizzy, and they succeeded. Scott got an email from someone in the community that showed that all the situation, and he realized, oh shit, this person needs to be fired, because he probably, a lot of it had been buried and he didn't really see any of it. He probably didn't see all of it. He's a very busy man, especially with the movie, but he saw it and has decided to fire Lizzie, and the community won. But Theft King thought that this was a very vindictive thing, that everyone came together to fire this person, even though this person was horrible, and was literally an artist for FNAF, for the merchandise and for the books, the Scholastic books, a person who wrote pedophilic fan fiction and is basically a disgusting degenerate who has been making illustrations for Scholastic school books for children. And there she is, and it's disgusting. But that king is basically defending her, saying that we were all being vindictive or evil or something, and getting this person fired, and that that the FNAF community is a bunch just degenerates and whatever, when literally we got some horrible fucking individual fired and have kept them away from a space full of children. I don't understand how that's a bad thing. And he's making it out to seem like the FNAF community is just terrible and toxic, when we literally just got a pedophile fired. I don't understand how that's a bad thing. And most importantly, is that this is something you need to know. Theft King has been in community drama before with King Carter, and has made a complete fool of himself, has emotionally reacted to statements. He's basically acted like a fool. He's about 30 years old, yet he yells and screams at people who are basically teenagers all over the internet, and has made a fool of himself. And here's the thing. Back a while ago, he made videos where he constantly talk about FNAF-related drama with the fandom and with the fan games and stuff, and he would talk all this shit and would spread all this negativity and clickbait it. He would clickbait it all for views, and someone, I think on Twitter, pointed out how negative it was, or that basically he was clickbaiting drama and getting people involved in things that pretty much shouldn't be involved in it, like he's doing now. He's bringing up drama that is now getting people involved that didn't need to get involved, and exposing it to an audience that doesn't have the clues or doesn't have the full context. He did that with like fan games, with like the fanverse stuff that was going on, and Kane Carter, I think, made the tweet pointing out the negativity, and then Theft King just went full Joker mode. He just went crazy. He made a live stream where he was like yelling and being super emotional and, you know, just like ranting and raving and being super immature, and he lied saying that King Car wouldn't talk to him, but King Car has been open and has said, hey, if you need to talk to me, I'll be glad to. And it's just been a crazy situation where Theft King made a fool of himself, and because of that, he's even dubbed himself the black sheep of the community. He's become sort of the Joker, the laughing stock. So now it seems like, A, he's doing this to get attention because it's the only way people notice him or care about him, and B, not care about him, but notice him or react to him, and B, it seems like a way to get revenge at the community by making a bunch of people think that at least the community is full of toxic people and giving them a bad reputation to all these people on YouTube who don't have Twitter or use Twitter, and it's just become a serious problem. He really is just doing this for attention and also to get back at everyone because he's become the black sheep of the community. Those are his words, literally. And also because he kind of just defended a pedophile by saying it's terrible that we got her fired when she was a fucking pedo, basically. And she wrote and did some horrible things. There's an entire Twitter thread I'll link, detailing the whole thing. And there's the hashtag #FireLizzie, Lady Fizzy on Twitter. Just read through all those different posts. They talk about it a lot. He's basically been defending her, saying that that's not a good thing that she's fired, and not involved with, and that it's not good that she's not involved with a franchise with children anymore. It's like, what? How is this a bad thing? It's just, he's basically kind of defending her, like, heavily, sort of, and it's really fucked up, and just, what I think is, what made me want to do this, and as quickly as possible, by basically sharing my thoughts while recording my dog, is because what he's doing is extremely immoral. He's basically misinforming people. He's twisting the story. He's twisting the story to make people agree with him, to misinform people about the information, about all the information, and not giving people full context, and just twisting it, this narrative, to make him look good compared to the community, but most importantly, he's doing it sort of in making the community look bad, right? Because he's just twisting the narrative to make it seem like the community's the one who's at fault here, when really we were just trying to stand up and finally do something about this person who's been working with the official franchise that has been getting away with terrible, horrible, disgusting shit in their past for years. And I'm just realizing now, I didn't mention this, but I think Lady Fizzy was actually part of a DeviantArt group that would draw and depict Nazis, and shit like that. That's not even, I even forgot to mention that. Literally, he's defending someone who thought it was cool or funny to draw or depict or glorify Nazis or whatever. It's all a bunch of shit that they did on DeviantArt. But Theft King is twisting the narrative and is making everyone in the FAF community look bad by not giving people information, such as that Lady Fizzy, was part of a Nazi DeviantArt group, that she has treated people horribly, that people have been victims of her verbal abuse, that she has drawn this disgusting, deplorable shit. Maybe he might have said that, mentioned it, but he didn't give much context to how terrible it was. And it's crazy, it's just fucked up. And I had to make a video because no one has been able to make a response video yet, not even Trouble herself has been able to make a response, not her wife. Her wife hasn't been able to. they don't have the resources to even ask someone. They don't have the connections to ask to commission like a response video from a big figure. So I decided to take it into my own hands. I wish I could do a bigger, more informed video, but I feel like the best thing to do is to get this out as soon as possible and to get people to go to that thread, to read it, and get the full context of the situation before they judge people, before they judge the community, and make their... And just, I want people to form their own opinions instead of just listening to the garbage that's being shoved down their throat, that is being shoveled down their throat by this fucking 30-year-old man who is basically creating open invitations for people to bully or harass teenagers by making people think that, oh, the FNAF community is so toxic, by giving people reason to just giving people reasons to go, justified reasons to go after these teenagers and make fun of them or bully them or attack them or I don't know, just it seems very much, it so seems like he's just doing this to get back at the community and hoping that the community will suffer because of this, that, you know, that maybe people will start making jokes about the FNAF community and it will become known as the super toxic community, and that people might even get bullied. People who are in the FNAF community might get even bullied by these people because these people think that Death King told them, that showed them how toxic the FNAF community is, so it's okay if I bully the FNAF people in the FNAF community because they're the bad guys and stuff like that. You know, it's just an open invitation to just shitting all over people, on teenagers, and literally he has been arguing over the internet and getting so pissed off and yelling about literal teenagers when he's a 30-year-old man. He is basically 30, and yet he is on the internet whining and yelling and smearing the images of teenagers. He's basically smear campaigning a bunch of teenagers on the internet out of like pettiness, and it's just terrible. And I think we really need to do something about Death King, because he is basically in this sort of horrible cycle of just pissing himself in public, metaphorically, and making himself look like a fool just to get attention and just to get views, because his normal content that isn't drama related doesn't. So he needs to stop, for his own sake, to stop getting himself involved in drama, and to just not care about not care so much about what people think about the attention that he gets and about how many views he gets on his videos. Mona, come back here, Mona. And just, he needs to stop caring so much about his view count and whatever, and getting people to watch his videos because of the drama related shit, and embarrassing himself in public just to get attention. He needs to stop that. It's destructive, and the community needs to do something about this. You know, we need to do something about this. He's a 30-year-old man. He's smear campaigning teenagers on the internet because they got a horrible, disgusting person fired from a job that related to children and official scholastic illustrations for books made for children. It's just, I think we really need to stand up to Death King about this, because he'll probably continue to do this whenever there's drama. He'll bring in people who weren't on Twitter, who aren't from Twitter, that did need to get involved in it because they don't have the context of the situation. And it just needs to stop. It needs to stop. And so that's why I'm making a response video to this whole situation. I'm really, really sorry if you've been fooled by him. I don't blame you if you're not from Twitter or you're young. I don't blame you. But please, please, please go read the thread. At least just read the Twitter thread I linked in the description. Please, because it is very important that you understand what's really going on here and not believe everything from a 30-year-old man screaming, and yelling and whining about teenagers on the internet because he made himself look like a fool. And please wish Moana good luck and good happiness and joy, because she is a cute doggy and she is here to bless your day. I thought I'd give you something cute to look at to sort of balance the very fucked up topic that, you know, of this whole situation. Got. Hey, Mona. Cool. Say bye to everyone.
Bye.